What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. And we finally got ourselves another estate sale tool haul. They slow down during the winter time and, just around the holidays. And I guess, there's just not as many good yard sales and stuff. But they start to heat back up around the springtime. And there was one that I just couldn't pass up. It was about a half hour away, but I just decided to go on the last day. Today's Sunday. I went there just to see what was left. A lot of it had been picked over. It was a big shop. Guy was working on, there was a bunch of electric scooters in there. He was some kind of electric scooter repair guy or something. But it was in a weird part out in the country of the state of North Carolina. And it looked like a good place to get shot. I don't know if y'all have ever walked around in neighborhoods in the country where there'll be some old guys sitting on the porches and stuff, just staring at everybody. And they gave me the impression that they didn't like that this estate sale was being held in their neighborhood, and that if somebody did something out of line, they might shoot them. So I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that, but anyway, I've got a problem. I've got a problem, and that problem is a screwdriver addiction, especially old school acetate handle screwdrivers. This is actually, I went to my favorite lady who I've done a lot of tool hauls. I've got a lot of good stuff from her. She also lives out in the country, not that bad of a part of the country, but she always has good tools. A lot of times she has something snap-on, so I refer to her as the snap-on lady sometimes, but she didn't have any snap-on there. Oh, and actually, I got one more thing. She usually has snap-on. There's always good wrenches, but I got that too. This right here was $10, and we'll go over that first before we go over this obvious, pretty cool thing that we got today. This was yesterday, and she had more of these. I have so many standard wrenches, it's crazy, but this Proto USA 3/4 wrench is brand new. I mean, if it's been used, it's been very lightly used, and I just couldn't pass it up. It is these Proto wrenches are my favorite wrenches in the world. I have used snap-on wrenches. I've held the brand new snap-on wrenches on the truck plenty of times. I have a couple, snap-on Mac wrenches I've used. Nothing feels as comfortable to me as these Proto Professional. These are just amazing, and I someday would like to have a full set of this kind of satin finish. It's just beautiful. So it was in perfect condition, and I paid $1 for it. Basically came out to $1 a piece. So I got that, and then I can't pass up these Stanleys. This is just a great little stubby. I love the red and yellow Stanleys. And then the Xcelites. So this number 1 and number 0 Phillips. The Phillips heads are in perfect condition, and I don't have any of these. I love Xcelite. I just love this brand. I might do a video on them because I have my full set that we talk about all the time. These I have never actually showcased these, but we're going to do an Xcelite video here soon. So look for that because I'm excited about it. These ones really got me excited. So 2 great little Phillips heads. And look at that. This is I love the flathead screw. Xcelite has the best old school flatheads. I just love that yellow. This is a super long kind of keystone. It's not a cabinet screwdriver. It's like the keystone, regular kind of flathead. I don't have one quite like this, and I really like it. I really like this flathead. It's in perfect condition, barely ever been used. I love the handles on these. They're so comfortable and just so pretty. And then here's another number 1 that I shouldn't have got this. I have so many, but the Stanley 100 Plus. I don't have a number 1 Phillips, and I'll add that to the collection of Stanley 100 Plus. I just love vintage Stanley screwdrivers. They're just my favorite old school screwdriver, you know. And I needed another one of these, like I needed a hole in the head, but it's in perfect condition. When I buy something in good condition, I'll get it if it's better than the one I have. So maybe it's time to give away some Craftsman pocket screwdrivers. And then this right here is actually really useful. This is a Proto, basically brand new, made in the USA. This is a beautiful handle on this. This might be made by Xcelite. It looks strikingly similar to this handle. Proto rebranded a lot of stuff, so I don't know who made this, but it's a very high quality 8mm metric nut driver, which is handy when you're working on cars. You know, an 8mm bolt is a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's nice just to have a little nut driver, and it goes in about an inch of depth in here, so you can fit it over a bolt. And then this right here, you guys know, if you've seen some of my other videos on these, this is a Vaco, the reversible, and this one is a number 1 Phillips and a little flat. I've got a number 2 Phillips and big flat. But if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that I love these. This is what got me into screwdriver addictions. Is this flipper that I found one time, and I just started using it every day, and it was almost maybe like the beginning of my addiction to finding vintage tools, was a screwdriver like this. But this is a different one. I like that it's red. I've got a blue one, a yellow one, and now I got a red one. But this is the only number 1 Phillips and flat that I have. The only problem is, like so many Phillips screwdrivers that you get at yard sales, it's jacked up. It's pretty much done. I hate to see this, but I still got it because it was worth $1 for me. And the more I thought about it, the reason I love these is because they're so solid for a multi-tip screwdriver. It feels so solid in here. It's not jiggly like a lot of multi-tip screwdrivers are. And so that's why I love them. But this could actually be used as a pick or an awl. And it would be handy to have a flathead and an awl. So in my brain, I started thinking, I could make this, like maybe on the belt sander and the grinder and the belt sander, I could make this into a really pokey, pointy edge, you know, kind of like that. And I would have an awl that I could, you know, poke holes in wood to start screws and stuff. And then on the other side, I'd have a flathead, you know. And then maybe someday down the road, I'll find one that has a Phillips that's in good condition. So y'all let me know if you have any suggestions on how I go about making this a pick / awl. But I'm kind of looking forward to that. So maybe we'll do a video on that. But for $10, this was, you know, a classic $10 Real World Tool Reviews pickup right here. You know, just great screwdrivers, and this wrench is just beautiful. I mean, I love when I can get something this nice, Proto USA, in brand new condition for $1. I mean, this is like, you know, probably a $20, $25 wrench if you buy it new. And it is new, you know. It's never been used, obviously. So, anyway, we'll get that over here. And the obvious thing about this right here is we got another Kennedy toolbox. We gave away our old one when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I had one of those old green ones, and I've been wanting to get another one ever since. And this thing was just sitting there staring at me, and it was just a no-brainer. They wanted $50 for it, as you can see here. They had a $50 sticker on it, which would have been pretty steep. But it was Sunday. It was 50% off, so I paid $25 for this toolbox. And then I had to throw some stuff inside. We'll go through the wrenches quickly here. And the screwdrivers. 1 screwdriver. 2 screwdrivers. Here's just an impact 3/8 to 1/2 inch little adapter. It has no markings on it, but seems like a pretty solid one. Always good to have adapters. Here's a nice Westline 11/16 by 5/8 offset box wrench. I love these. I use them. And this was better than my current 11/16 by 5/8 offset wrench like this. So got that. Picked up another 1/4 inch by 5/16 Craftsman double, just because these are so useful to throw in a tool bag and have a little 1/4 inch by 5/16 working on furnaces and stuff. These are just invaluable. Appliances, these things are great when you got a tight spot. And then these were a couple. I just love little wrenches. I just love them. And this was this is a Mac 11/32 by 9/32. Just a good little guy. Throw it in with the rest of the little ignition wrenches or whatever, midget wrenches. And here's 11/32 by 3/8 P&C, but very nice little wrenches. And here's one, maybe the coolest one, most unique. This is a Xcelite 10mm by 9mm line wrench. And having a 10mm line wrench, I don't have any metric line wrenches, but it might come in handy. And it is Xcelite chrome vanadium, made in Germany. So Xcelite is a really nice German brand. It's almost like kind of like a Snap-on or Mac of Germany, I think, basically. And then here's a little tiny flathead that I thought was just cool. Dropped it. But it says made in the USA, Torrington. I don't know. I just threw it in there. It's just cool. It's so tiny. And then here is a screwdriver. I love these. These are actually very useful for me. This says Quick Wedge, Salt Lake City. And I love when an old tool says the city that it's made in the USA. That's just something that I always look for and I really like. But this is one of those screw holding flathead screwdrivers. And it's actually really useful sometimes, especially electrical work, working on old boxes and stuff that have, flathead machine screws and stuff like that, and you're up on a ladder. You can get this on there, and it's better than a magnet. It holds it really good. You get that in the flathead and push up on it like this, and it expands and really locks that screw on. And I have a few of these, but none of them are this long, and I like them to be long. It really helps out if they're freaking long. Let's see if I got one. I got a couple Klein ones. I got a bunch. Yeah, here you go. Here is a Klein one. This one's really nice. It's the same type of deal here, but it's short. And the longer, when you need something like a screw holding screwdriver, having a longer one's better. So anyway, this is an old school tool that I actually really get a lot of use out of. They don't really people don't use these anymore really, but they're very handy. And then now I needed another pair of slip joint pliers, again, like I need a hole in the head. But this is a size of diamond Duluth, USA slip joints that I don't have, and I just collect these. I love diamond tools. These are in really good condition, and they're just a super nice pair of slip joint pliers, and it was worth it for me, And then maybe my favorite find of the day, besides this toolbox, because this toolbox is really nice. I've always wanted one of these Kennedys with the red paint. It's in really good condition. I don't think there was a tray that went in this one, and I don't really love the trays anyway. I'd rather just have a toolbox to throw stuff in. I really, really like this one. It's in really nice condition for 25 bucks. It was a steal, I think, and it's just beautiful. You know, it's just really, really beautiful. But probably my favorite find of the day was this right here. Now, when you're not me, when you're just a regular guy, you might look at this hacksaw and say, "Oh, there's a shitty hacksaw from a long time ago," and you'd be wrong. At least, I think you'd be wrong. This is a Crescent Tool Company, Jamestown, New York, old school hacksaw. One of my favorite finds that I've ever had is one of these. And I brought it in here just to show you. This one is the 1047. I bought this and cleaned it up. You know, got it at one of these sales for $1 or whatever. And what's so great about these is they're heavy duty and they're adjustable. So you can adjust these to make them a lot shorter. And that's really nice to have long and short hacksaws. Hacksaws are an underrated tool still in the world today. They really, really are awesome. And you just need some hacksaws. And when I saw this, I just could not believe my eyes. I was so happy. I'll clean this up and it'll be, you know, just as good as new. It'll look just as pretty as this one does. This one's the 1047. This one right here is the 1046. So, it adjusts. I need to get a bunch more hacksaw blades since I have my adjustable hacksaws now. But once I get this cleaned up, it'll work a lot better. But this one will go all the way to this, which is a nice little compact hacksaw. So I need to get me some shorter hacksaw blades. And this one goes to here. So it'll almost be, you know, just a smaller version of this guy. This one is a deeper one. But I'm so happy to have this adjustable. I mean, they're just super heavy duty, nice hacksaws. It's a simple design with the adjustable length or whatever. And, you know, I mean, everybody's been using hacksaws forever. For most people, it's probably not that big of a deal. But for me, it's just such a great find. I love adding this to the collection. So I'm very pleased with that. So all in all here, we've got a total of $40 that I paid. Actually, $50. Sorry, $50 that I paid. $10 for the first group of stuff right here, these screwdrivers and that wrench, and then $25 for the toolbox. And they charged me $15 for this hacksaw and this little bit of wrenches and screwdriver and stuff that I threw in it. I thought that was very, very steep for that. That extra 15 really kind of pissed me off, but you know, it is what it is. So, you know, I didn't want to argue with him too much. I really wanted that hacksaw, and I thought I was getting a good deal on the toolbox anyway. So it ended up being $40 for the toolbox and what's in it, and I got a lot more value here. $10 for that stuff. Another great screwdriver haul there. So anyway, man, we're back on the estate sales. I know a lot of you guys love these tool haul videos and love collecting the old tools and stuff, and I really love that too. That's my favorite thing to do. So if you've been waiting for some tool hauls and wondering why there hadn't been any, it's just a slow time of year for them, but they will be ramping back up, and we will be hitting them. So anyway, thanks for watching.